Hi, my name is Emily Johnston, and no big surprise, I am a Type 3 learner. I knew I was a Type 3 before I even took the test. I had read the descriptions in the book, and I saw the word competence and how Type 3 values competence a lot. And I can't tell you the number of times that I've said that incompetence is my biggest pet peeve. It really just ticks me off. I can't stand it. So that's kind of how I knew. And then I took the test, and that confirmed it. As a Type 3, I'm very result-oriented. I really hate working in groups because I like to get things done, and people just seem to get in my way. I always have an opinion, and I usually am pretty sure that it's right. And in a group situation, that just doesn't work out very well because everyone else is sure that their opinion is right, but I really don't like it when people try to prove me wrong when I'm actually right. As a Type 3, I learn best with hands-on techniques. For instance, if somebody reads me something, I don't absorb it at all. I have to read it for myself in order to be able to take it in. I also really don't do well in lecture-style classes. I just get bored and I fall asleep or end up doing things on my computer that I shouldn't be doing. If somebody's just talking at me, I don't absorb anything. I have to be able to do things for myself and find information for myself. Of course, nobody's just one type of learner. In addition to being a Type 3, I'm also partly Type 2, a big part actually. And I think the thing that most applies to me from the description of the Type 2 is the logic. I approach things very logically. I really don't like to think abstractly. I took pre-calculus and geometry, and I just couldn't function in those classes. Because of the proofs, you have to get from step A to step C, so why can't you just go there without having to explain yourself? I didn't like that at all. I was great at algebra. Everything was so logical. I just, X and Y and the variables and everything equals out on both sides, and that just really appeals to me as a learner, I guess. Another aspect of the Type 2 learner that really applied to me was the need to improve category. It's creativity. I sometimes think I'm creative, but I don't think it's one of my strengths. I could never draw very well. Art class, I really liked the drawings where you had the one focal point and you could draw with rulers, and that was great, but the abstract stuff just is really not my thing. I think the Learning Type Measure test gave a pretty accurate description of me as a learner. However, I don't really agree with it in terms of my personality. Under the Type 3 need to improve category is people skills. And honestly, in terms of learning, I think that could be a pretty accurate description of myself. As I mentioned in my Who Am I video, I was the kid that always contradicted the teacher because, again, incompetence bothers me. If I think that the teacher doesn't know his or her material, I don't listen, and I need to correct them. And that, I guess, is not great in terms of people skills. But outside of the classroom, I'm not abrasive so much. I am friendly and outgoing, and I love people. I just don't love people's stupidity in the classroom. As a teacher, it is very important to consider that your students will have all sorts of different combinations of learning types. Teachers have to cater to all the learners. If a teacher teaches the same way all the time, the same kids will consistently be left behind. So the teachers need to change up their styles and not expect the students to change because that's how they learn. The teachers just need to make sure that every student gets the opportunity to learn the material. So just to recap, I'm Emily. I'm a Type 3 and 2, but mostly 3, and that's pretty accurate in terms of my learning, except for that I do have people skills, in my opinion. And the bottom line for teachers is that not every student learns the same way. There are a multitude of combinations of learning styles, and teachers need to respect the fact that students do not all learn the same way, and they need to be able to adapt to the way that their students learn.